So the impact of COVID in South Africa generally has been that it's exposed the gross inequality between rich and poor. So those who are able to isolate, able to be at home in lockdown, and others who maybe have 12 people living in a one-bedroom flat or in a shack in the backyard who are completely unable to isolate. The streets are pretty full even during lockdown, just because people are physically unable to isolate and be in lockdown. A lot of people are looking for means to buy food and means to eat, because informal sector workers who would work day by day haven't actually got a means for an income. So this hunger has led to fairly widespread looting. So food trucks are being hijacked on the highways, and people are looting all the food in the trucks, as well as some stores in Manenberg have been looted by mobs basically hungry and looking for food. So that's some of what the effect of COVID has had on South Africa and Manenberg particularly. We've seen this community-wide feeding scheme that's feeding 3,000 to 4,000 people a day, just through local people faithfully making pots of food day by day for the hungry and for the unemployed. So this network of churches, mosques, activists, community leaders has come together and made this amazing sort of relational infrastructure. We've invited 6 people to come live with us during lockdown, where we prayed, Lord, would we just encounter you on a deeper level as we commit to life-on-life discipleship, devotions every morning, worship in the evening. And we've seen the Holy Spirit really break into ex-addicts' lives in some real deep inner healing, some beautiful reconciliation, and the prophetic just working in people's lives in our little lockdown. Another thing that has brought a lot of hope has been the fairly draconian lockdown laws in South Africa that have meant no one's allowed to buy alcohol. All the off licenses or liquor stores have been closed, but with that has come a drastic reduction in trauma cases. Domestic abuse has gone down hugely, and the murder rate as well has dropped by 2/3 during lockdown. So we're seeing hope for the moment in a reduction of crime, abuse and murder. And the final thing to be hopeful for is that we've seen real decisive leadership from Cyril Ramaphosa, the president. It's easy to criticize government in times like this, but he has led with conviction and compassion, has a faith in Jesus that he's public about, and he is a real godsend in a time of crisis like we're in at the moment. We feel like we're at a bit of a crossroads. We've been in just over 3 weeks of lockdown. We've got 2 more definitely, and possibly more. And the crossroads is one that could spill over into increased violence, looting, protest and disillusionment, or the coming together of townships and suburbs. So one of the things to pray for is for more middle-class suburbs and townships to establish official connections through legitimate organisations, so that those with resources can find avenues to help feed those without resources. That's something that's bringing a huge amount of hope and is quite rare in South Africa. The Tree of Life specifically, what we would ask prayer for is for wisdom and revelation as we try and map out not just the relief short-term response, but a medium and long-term response in Manenberg to what looks like is going to be a lot longer-term lockdown and problems and sort of crisis mode than we thought. Some are projecting the peak of COVID in South Africa only to be in August, September time. So we've got a medium and long-term kind of strat plan that we're trying to look at, and need wisdom and faith and unity as we kind of plan the way forward, so that we can look after the vulnerable in our community, but also beyond in Manenberg wider community. We really appreciate prayers from everyone, friends from all around the world, and we are praying for many of you guys as well. Bless you and thanks for watching.